Well, hello and welcome to the MBLEx review course. Uh, Today, we are going to be talking about navigating the body. But my name is Jody Scholes, and I am your instructor for the MBLEx review course. And today, not only will we be talking about the physical body, but today we're also talking about the energetic anatomy. And as I reviewed what is on the MBLEx, one of the things I saw snuck in to the anatomy and physiology category, is energetic anatomy. So we're going to be talking about that today. But our class today is in three parts. Number one is some test taking strategy. Number two is our learning. And number three, we'll be dissecting some questions today. Yeah. So got a good class lined up for you today. And in the very first section here, I like to remind you about what you need to study. Piles of books, piles of notebooks can be overwhelming. And many of you have shared with me one of the things that's been nice about coming to class is that, okay, we're going to focus on this. We're going to focus on this topic. And if you are using your resources from school, what I would suggest is that you follow week by week what we are studying. And so this week we're studying navigating the body, which basically is anatomy, physiology, and kinesiology. So some movement of the body. So you're in class today, you're listening to class today. You're going to be getting a lot of good information about the fundamentals. I mentioned it when we first started class. Unless you have this fundamental foundation, learning anatomy is crazy. You don't have anything to base it on. And so that's why we come back to the fundamentals. And even in professional sports, when you watch a professional athlete practice, they're practicing the fundamentals. They're practicing blocking and tackling if you're looking at American football. In fact, I love the story of the football coach from high school who takes his high school football team and says, you know what? We're going to go watch the pros practice. And so they make it a field trip. They arrive at the stadium. They find their seats. They've gotten permission to watch the professionals practice. And after about 15 minutes of practice starting, one of the high school athletes says to the coach, "Coach, why are we even here? These guys are doing exactly what we do in our practices. There ain't anything special about this practice." And the coach said, "That's exactly the point of coming here. To know that whether you are a high school athlete, a college athlete, and a professional athlete, the fundamentals are the basis of success, doing the fundamentals well." And so that's why we come back to the fundamentals of massage, the anatomy, the physiology, the kinesiology, the fundamentals, the simple stuff. My hope is that today, when we get to the physical part of our learning today, the physical body, you may not be familiar with the energetic body. That's okay. We're introducing that a little bit new today. Um, but when we get to the fundamentals of the physical body, my hope is that it sounds familiar. So, welcome to navigating the body. This screen shows you the course that we're going to take over the next 8 weeks. My MBLEx review course has an 8-week cycle, and that 8-week cycle is based on the content outline from the Federation of State Massage Therapy Boards. So, Week 1, here we are, navigating the body. Today is June 6th. This is where we're starting. Next week, we'll head into benefits and physiological effects of massage. In the third week, right around June 20th, we'll be talking about ethics, boundaries, laws, and regulations. In week 4, we're talking about the upper body anatomy. Oops. You're not seeing a very pretty screen, are you? Yeah, it looks a little better. There you go. Sorry about that. And so week 4, we're talking about the anatomy of the upper body. Week 5 in our cycle, we do client assessment. Then we'll move into anatomy and physiology of the lower body, guidelines to a professional practice, and then we close out week 8 in pathology. All right. So where do these subjects come from? Welcome to Navigating the Body. Where these subjects come from is right here. And this is the content outline. I'll attach this content outline to our recording. You can feel free to print it, but it's a guideline for what could be on your MBLEx. This is directly from the Federation of State Massage Therapy Boards, and this is updated to show what the content is on the MBLEx. So you're not all over the place. I'm not just making this stuff up. All right. Comes from a very reliable source as far as what's on your MBLEx. This, my friends, is called anatomical position. And I like to start here because anatomical position is where all movement begins. And so when you are asked a muscle question, when you are asked a movement question, we must either get into anatomical position or imagine the movement starting from anatomical position. Okay? Let's take a look at her. Her feet are forward. They are hip width apart. Arms are by the side. Palms are facing forward. Thumbs are up. Pinkies are medial. Thumbs are lateral. This is anatomical position. This is where all movement starts. So in examining this more closely, there you go. So feet together, whether we're going into hip flexion, hip extension, this is where the movement begins. And also, this is especially important when we have questions about the radius and the ulna. So the humerus, the radius, and the ulna are all parts of the arm, all parts of our arm. And so when we are looking at identifying muscles that are moving the arm, we need to remember that that movement starts from anatomical position. Supination, pronation, flexion, extension of the shoulder joint. These all start from anatomical position, which has the hands facing forward, toes facing forward. There you go. This is the frame of reference you'll be using for your rest of your clinical lives. Let's go over a couple fundamental directions. One is medial, that is closer to the midline of the body. Here's that midline of the body. If it is closer to the midline, it is a medial movement. It is located medially. If it is away from the midline of the body, it is considered lateral. So the thumb, let's go the shoulder. The shoulder is lateral to the sternum. Here we also review superior and inferior. Superior, if you have a superior at work, they are above you, right? They are a superior. Superior up, inferior down. Finally, we look at proximal and distal. Proximal usually refers to the longer bones of the body. This humerus, this femur. So proximal would be closer to the midline of the body or above. Distal is away from the midline of the body or below. So the shoulder is proximal to the elbow. The femur is proximal to the knee. And these are questions about directions that you may see on your MBLEx. But more so than the physical body, today I wanted to review with you some of the energetic anatomy. What we've just talked about are really the fundamentals, right? What we talked about in the beginning. These are some of the fundamentals. And we'll come back to these physical fundamentals in just a few minutes. But first, let's review some energetic anatomy. Right after we review the planes. Forgot these were here. We have the planes of the body and planes of movement. So the sagittal plane cuts us right in half, separates us left from right. The sagittal plane is also the midline of the body. We have the frontal plane separating the front from the back. The frontal plane, this plane here. And then we have the transverse plane or the horizontal plane. When you look at a sunset, sometimes we say, oh, that's the sun setting on the horizon. In fact, in American Sign Language, this is sunset. This is sunrise. Sunset and sunrise. The lower arm makes the horizon. The horizontal horizon. When you look across the horizon, it is flat. That is how we learn. We also interpret that to mean the horizontal, the flat plane, also called the transverse plane. Yes. And a quick look at, again, the superior, inferior shoulder, superior to the knee. We've got the clavicle, superior, and the umbilicus, inferior. A bigger picture of those horizons, those planes of the body. This transverse plane is also called the horizontal plane. The frontal plane, just like a piece of glass, sometimes also called the coronal plane, separating our front from our back. And then the sagittal plane, dividing us left from right. I hope that these seem very fundamental to you, that they seem very simple, that, oh, Jody, we've been here before. Yes, we have. But where we haven't gone before is energetic anatomy. Let's talk about the energetic anatomy. The energetic anatomy we'll talk about in just a moment once all of our students have their microphones muted. There we go. Energetic anatomy is the philosophy of chi in the body. the spirit, the essence that makes us alive, our chi. And sometimes it's spelled chi, sometimes it's spelled qi. But these chi, the philosophy of chi, is thousands of years old. And the philosophy is that the chi within our body makes us alive and that it also wants to be healthy. It wants to have well being, that this chi leans in towards harmony. And that when there is disharmony in the body, that there is evidence of that as illness, as disease, as even some emotional suffering or physical suffering. We know that our chi is off, the energy in our body is off, if there is dysfunction in the body. The energetic anatomy, chi, in fact, maybe you've even practiced some Tai Chi, the movements of the body, moving energy through the body. But the principles of chi are not only ancient, but they're modern as well. Right now, in the East, in China, in Japan, in Thailand, traditional medicine includes treatment of the energetic body. Here in the West, in Western medicine, the doctors, traditional Western medical doctors, aren't trained in the energy of the body. They're trained in the biology, anatomy, physiology, biology, traditional, the nuts and bolts. And there's no mention of this energetic body, this energetic component. And in becoming a licensed massage therapist, it is essential that we consider the energetic body. What else is a part of the energetic body? The concept of yin and yang. So the concept of yin and yang is that there is harmony amongst the opposites. And it's symbolized by this white and black swirl. Yin and yang says, yin and yang says that all things exist as a balance of each other, that energy exists. And they're not, you can't separate these two things, but that they are balanced and together. Take a look at what I mean. So examples of yin and yang are female and male, dark and light, old and young. These are just ways, we might even say seeing the glass half full or half empty is an example of yin and yang, the approach of how we see things. And again, this is ancient and also modern. So this has been a way, a philosophy of thinking for thousands of years, a way of seeing the body, a way of seeing health, this yin and this yang. So the pairs are equal, opposite, and attract and complement each other in this yin yang philosophy. You'll notice that there's a little dot inside the yin yang, and that illustrates that each side has a core element, that neither one is better than the other, but that there's balance. So, what are the examples of yin and yang? Well, let's take a look first at the yin examples. Examples of yin energy would be the feminine, dark. Yin energy goes down and in. The direction of yin is north. Yin is also symbolized in water. Yin is a passive energy. It's dark. Like I said, it's down and in. So imagine when the bear goes to hibernate. That's yin energy. The even numbers represent yin energy. It's the spirit. Yin is the spirit, the quiet spirit inside of us, compared to yang. And one of the ways I remember yang is that it rhymes with bang. Bang, 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 yang. That's yang energy. It is the masculine. It is fire as far as an element. It's active. Its planets are the sun and the heavens. It is warm. It is the odd numbers. And like the mountains, it's hard. This is the yang energy. You're out there. Think about up and out. That is yang energy. And while yin is the spirit of things, yang is the form of things. And this is our energetic anatomy. Part of our energetic anatomy is also the chakra system. And you will need to familiarize yourself with the chakra system. Just saying, you don't need to learn the Sanskrit names. But beautiful. Let's dissect some questions. Yay. Good work so far. New topic, new stuff. First question. The third eye is blank to the heart chakra. Third eye is what to the heart chakra? So on your screen, you will see the chat. Feel free to put your answer in the chat. So the third eye, touch it. The heart chakra, touch it. The third eye is what to the heart chakra? Is it A, inferior, B, medial, C, distal, or D, superior? Well, let's eliminate one that we know isn't right. We know that the third eye is not distal to the heart chakra. I see lots of answers. Take a look. Put and look at the structure of the question. I'm going to visualize it for you, okay? Because we got a bunch of answers kind of flying around out there. The third eye is blank to the heart chakra. Best answer? Let's read it out. Let's read it. The third eye is inferior to the heart chakra. The third eye is medial to the heart chakra. The third eye is distal to the heart chakra. The third eye is superior to the heart chakra. Final answers. I'm looking. Final answers. I like it. Yes. Superior. The third eye is superior to the heart chakra. It's above it. Good. It's not distal, not medial. The heart chakra is inferior to the third eye, but that was not the question. Good. You were not tricked. Letter D says palms facing up. Ooh. All right, take a look, take a look. So we know that palms don't face backwards. We know they don't face up. So we know they face forward. Imagine anatomical position. Where are the arms? Where are the arms? Mayor, where are the arms? These are distractors. They're in many, many, many of the answers. Almost every answer will have distractors. Best answer? One more look at your answers here. Thank you. Yes, Marcia. Yes, Roxanne. Yes, Ren. Good. You can eliminate. Yep, you can eliminate C and D. Good. Yes. Yes, Yolanda. Good, Patitya. Good, Dr. Hare. Yep. Good, Ms. V. Take another look, Winnie. A or B? Mayor, A or B? A or B? Best answer? Oh, there's my answer. I guess I stuck that in there. So it happens when we add questions. Sometimes I add them a little bit in the wrong place. Right? Anatomical position. Arms are at the side. Yeah, yeah. All right. Last few questions here. Female, male. Dark, light. Old, young. These pairs of equal opposites both attract and complement each other. Are examples of blank. A, polarity. Let's read the question twice, shall we? Female, male. Dark, light. Old, young. These pairs of equal opposites both attract and complement each other and are examples of blank. Of what? A, polarity. B, chakras. C, yin yang. D, meridians. Awesome. All right, class, that'll be the end of our class for today. So good work, you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am so pleased with the big brains that were in class today. Awesome. You know, I shared a quote with you earlier in the week about stretching your brain. And your brain actually stretches. Yes, your brain actually can get more pliable. When we do stuff like this, when you learn new things, when you visualize, when you use your imagination, you create new neural pathways. New neural pathways keeps your brain healthy. Doctors call it neuroplasticity. So it's a little bit like stays softer versus getting hard. You know, they say hard-headed, no new information gets in there. Kind of has its basis in biology. So I'm going to sign off for now. Wishing you a great rest of the study session. Going to hang out here with the students for a while, answer some questions. My name is Jody Scholes. I am your instructor for the MBLEx review course, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.